and welcome to today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. I am Nkem Agunwa. Today we are in a sporty mood as we have a chat with the chairman of the #1 football betting platform in Nigeria, BetNaija. His name is Kunle Sonami. Sonami is a graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and an indigene of Ogun State. He was deployed to Plateau State back in 1989 for his service year. During his service year, he encountered people from different parts of the country, built long-lasting friendships, and contributed meaningfully to his host community. In addition, he was an active player in the NYSC Plateau State football team. He considers his service year the most memorable year of his life and proceeded to spend over 1 year in Plateau State after his passing out from service. Today, he is giving back to the scheme which gave him so much by constructing a camp clinic for the NYSC orientation camp in Ogun State. Let us meet him.
My name is Kunle Sonami. I'm from Ogun State. I had my tertiary education in the University of Ife. I also have an MBA from Lagos University. I had my NYSC in Plateau State, 1989. When we checked, and we saw that it was Plateau State. Of course, the first reaction was, oh, let's change it, let's see how to change it, because I'm the last born in my house, Then my late father now said, no, you've been around here all your life. It's good you go out there to experience other cultures and, things like that. So I had to go to Plateau State. And I must say that the 1 year of NYSC were probably the most memorable, of my life, because it was really the first time I was going to go out to live on my own alone. I mean, in the university, you live in a community, you live in a hostel, your friends are there. But in the NYSC, you live alone, though of course you've got friends that you've made in camp. I was posted to one village called Agwatashi in Obi local government. You only get attention there once in 5 days. Once you go there, you can't come out until the next 5 days when the next market day is, So, but of course, I played in camp. So luckily for me, I didn't have to go to Agwatashi, though I had my posting to go to Agwatashi. As I was thinking, how am I going to go? Some guys had left. They now told me that my friends first left. About 3 of us that were posted there. So the 2 guys left. So I missed that day. I thought I could go the following day. And I found out that no, once you've missed it on this Wednesday, you need to wait another 5 days before the next market day to go there. So within those 5 days that I was waiting to go there, the sports officer of the camp, now intervened and said, everyone that is playing for the state NYSC team will have to remain in Jos. That was how I escaped going to Agwatashi, So I just stayed back, played, and but it was quite an experience.
During his NYSC, Sonami has been able to build ties with people from across the divide, and such friendships have stood the test of time.
I'm not sure there is a better scheme than NYSC. I can reel out names of people I've met in camp. I just mentioned Sule Kwasau now. I would have never have met him. He went to ABU. He's a lawyer. He's from Kaduna State. These are people that that won't have met ever in life. And they are still my friends till today. Lots of people. I even met people that I've lost contact with. Some guys that I actually went to primary school with, that I've lost contact with them. We met in camp, and so many other people. In fact, I stayed back After my service year, I stayed back another year and a half in Jos. For national integration, NYSC is number one. I'm not sure there's a platform that can be as unifying as NYSC. And the touch point, it touches you at the right time. Just when you're leaving school to go out into the world is the ideal time to touch youths, that can shape or form their opinion about the country.
He encourages corps members to utilize effectively the skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development program being provided by the NYSC during the service year.
The school itself that we went to is just to broaden our horizon about life. I mean, yes, you pick up some skills in school, you learn a couple of things, I mean, we were told in school that you do stuff like gradient, time this, time 25 degrees. I mean, of what use is that to me now? I mean, I honestly don't know the application of it. I mean, probably unless you are a scientist or whatever it is. But majority of us, the skills, the knowledge we picked in school, right, are not easily applicable in everyday life. So, I'm of the opinion that vocational skills is a way to go, especially in this country where unemployment is so huge. I mean, not everybody will get a job. So we must start training these guys in vocational skills. The day I'll start seeing graduates laying tiles, graduates, I mean, of course, I know they do a lot of tailoring work now, I mean, especially the female ones, they do fashion designing and stuff, but we must have graduates that are, yes, they are engineers, but not theoretical engineers. We're talking about graduates that can render a building properly. I mean, of course, I'm not saying you need to be a graduate to be able to render properly, but if a graduate is trained to render, he will most likely render better than the guy that didn't go to school. Even if you have a graduate cleaner, he will clean better. I mean, but if you have an uneducated pilot, he will fly the plane worse than a graduate because, a graduate is exposed, he's been, So I think it's a right move in the right direction.
He identified the need for a fully equipped and functional camp clinic for the NYSC Ogun State Orientation Camp, which would cater to the medical needs of corps members and the community at large.
For me, it's just a modest way of giving back to the society. I have a small football club, and then we train, or we used to train on the Shagam Stadium pitch, and the NYSC guys also come there to play and train, So my player had an injury one day, and the corps members were around, so the injury was a bit nasty. So I just assumed that the clinic at the camp, would be very good so that they can just go there, maybe stitch the guy up and things like that. Of course, the personnel were there. I mean, like the core doctors were there, but they didn't have enough to work with. They didn't, so when we got there, I mean, we find it difficult to help you because we can't do this. More of the kudos should actually go to the state director, that actually now came and said, look, this is the clinic, it's not good enough. Can you help us to do a bigger clinic, And I felt, well, why not? I mean, it's in our community, it will help. Aside the corps members, maybe even the community at large could also, enjoy part of it. And that was why we decided to do that.
Kunle stresses that the NYSC service year is a needed intervention that facilitates the smooth transition of young graduates from higher education into the labor market.
If a student graduates and it's just to go into the streets on his own, the guy will struggle. He struggled. The difference between school and the outside world is so much. The difference is so much. But 1 year of NYSC kind of mellows the difference, you know. It gentles you into what you are expecting in the real world. You know, so that 1 year is very, very essential. Very essential. And to be honest, like I said earlier, I know lots of people that made their life partners, at NYSC camps. NYSC camps, during their NYSC days. My account officer at one of the banks now served in this town, this Ikene. She served here. She's Igbo. She served here. And she got me to open the account and run the account because she said to me that she served in my village. These are things that touches, you know, that look, oh, I served in your village, I taught in the school. So my friend, this girl has helped. This young girl has actually helped. She must have impacted minimum 30 pupils or more, you know, of our own local community. So I think it's still a very good program that should be continued.
Nigeria serves, Nigeria we serve.
We are grateful to Kunle Sanami for his kind donation to the NYSC. Thank you, sir. Our next story is an ex-corps doctor, Obodozie Chime Tengod. Dr. Tengod graduated from the School of Medicine, University of Nigeria, Nsukka in 2009. He was subsequently posted to Bauchi State for his service year. During his orientation course, he was appointed as the camp chief medical director. He proceeded to serve at the Federal Teaching Hospital Bauchi, where he was retained right after his service year. For Dr. Tengod, Bauchi is to him a land of opportunities. While still a practicing physician, he is also the CEO of Chime Foods Limited, a food processing company based in Bauchi State. So much goodies to uncover. Did I also mention that he met his wife in Bauchi State and has a beautiful young family? You don't want to miss this. Let us meet him.
My name is Dr. Obodozie Chime Tengod. I studied in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and I studied medicine. I graduated in 2009, December 2009, and got my certificate January 2010. And presently I'm in Bauchi, and what brought me to Bauchi was actually the Youth Corps, that's the National Youth Corps Service. That was what brought me. I served here. I served in the teaching hospital as my PPA, and then I was retained my PPA, and from there, so many other things took place. When I came to camp, I saw NYSC officials that were from also different parts of the country. I saw our camp coordinator was an Igbo woman. I saw Yorubas, I saw Igbos who were there, and they were good to us. They treated us well. That was another thing, they treated us well. And maybe because we were the ones that braved it and came, because we were not so much in Bauchi camp that year. I went to camp. I can remember I came early and I was made the camp CND. And I had few medical personnel who were actually there to come to camp. So while there, one of the things that I saw was that there were opportunities. There were opportunities. I was given opportunities that I know normally I wouldn't have gotten. I was treated specially. And I realized that I had better chances of securing a place here than I had where there was so much competition where everybody is rushing to go, like the Abuja and Lagos and all the rest. And I realized that there were so many opportunities, and if one could just be calm enough to explore those opportunities, one can actually be able to make pathway for himself. So in fact, I became a vanguard of talking to my colleagues as at that time, making them to understand, why don't you just stay? I told them I've decided to stay. They were like, you are crazy. Why will you think of staying? You understand? And I told them, I said, why I think of staying is because I've sat down and I've also explored the country, and I realized that where people are actually scared of going is where the opportunities actually stay. That's where that's where they need the medical personnel. That's where they need the services of trained personnel who will actually come and offer their services in this place. So I was actually encouraging them. From camp, I was posted to the teaching hospital. In fact, I had several places to choose from, and the teaching hospital just gave us, and I went to the teaching hospital. I served in the teaching hospital for a year, and I spent just about 5 days unemployed after serving in the teaching hospital, because immediately after 5 days, my letter of confirmation of letter of appointment in the teaching hospital came. They retained me, and I knew some of those things were not possible in places where people were, jostling, fighting over, trying to do all manner of things just to be able to secure a seat. They enjoyed my work there, and they said, we would like you to work with us. I remember I worked in the trauma center emergency, and they said, please come around and work with us. And that was how I was given my apartment. I was given so many things. Opportunities, like I said, were just available.
You disobey the clarion call. Let us lift our nation high.
I'm into food processing and packaging. I got to understand that when I started to sit down and look at the opportunities in the place where I find myself. I realized that, wow, there are raw materials here that if they are processed and packaged, this could be a source of investment, source of profit, source of even building an industry and value addition. These are raw materials that may not have been available in some other states, but they are available. And that idea of utilizing what you have around, processing it, adding value to it, and then being able to make profit from it, that brought about the birth of my company, Chime Foods Limited. And for like 6 years now, it has been a success story. Chime Foods Limited is a food processing company, and we believe in processing and packaging indigenous crops, indigenous grains, packaging them preservatives-free, and making them available to Nigerian homes. One of the basic crop we saw was fonio, acha, the acha. So we actually started looking at the acha. I personally liked the acha as a person, and I saw that it was good for the diabetic people. It was good as for dietary control of the sugar and all the rest. And that was what brought about the packaging. That was our first product, the packaging of acha. So we now have acha packaged as acha and acha flour. And currently it's NAFDAC approved. Our product, the acha and acha flour, it's in many states, Abuja, Lagos, Maiduguri, name it, Kano, so many states in Nigeria. Many supermarkets, many malls are patronizing us. Apart from the acha, we also package food products like the dates, that's Dobino, dates flour, which we use as an alternative to processed sugars. Then also we are packaging the tiger nuts. That's what we locally know as aya. We are packaging tiger nuts flour. We're also packaging things like nutritional pap, a pap that contains both guinea corn, soybeans, and tiger nuts. Recently we also started packaging poundo yam. So we have about 7 to 8 products that we are presently packaging. But currently the acha and acha flour is our main product. That's the one that is NAFDAC approved. That's the one that actually is entering into the states.
Disobey the clarion call. Let us lift our nation.
I actually met my wife in Bauchi State. We happened to attend the same church. I met her while she was in school, and I was a medical doctor working in the teaching hospital there. We got married here. We have children. I have 3 children here.
What actually brought me to Bauchi was schooling. Yes, and when I was about rounding up, that was when we met. So I was initially posted to Ondo, but because my wedding was close to the time of the service, so I had to redeploy back to Bauchi.
With dedication and selflessness, Nigeria's us, Nigeria we serve.
I will say that when it comes to being a tool for national integration, I don't know what else will beat NYSC. That's the truth. Because you go pay lip service to national integration, but when you can move from where you are, your comfort zone, and go to another place and stay there and work there and maybe marry there, I don't know what else could actually integrate the nation. I feel if we don't pay lip service to the scheme and actually utilize the scheme, it's going to be, and it will continue to be, a huge force for national integration. Because there are many people that are in the north here because of NYSC.
Disobey the clarion call. Let us lift our
Currently, we have about 9 permanent staffs and about 10 part-time workers. That's about 19 people working with us. And amongst us, we have our Yorubas, we have Igbos working with us. My part-time workers, many of them are indigenous of Tafabelo and Bogoro in Bauchi State here. We have worked together and we've seen the beauty of working together. So if you come to this place like Wazobia, everybody is here. The Northerners are here, Southerners are here, and we're all working together to actualize a goal. And we have had core members who have worked with me, who have come and spent their time working with us, learning one thing or the other during the time that they just passed through. And we are currently even trying to work out with NYSC for them to be posting people to come and do their PPA here.
disobey the clarion call. Let us lift our name.
My name is Yetunde Ahmed. I'm from Abeokuta South in Ogun State. I got a job here since 2019 and I've been doing okay. This place actually makes me to realize that apart from school, you can actually do a lot of things with your life. I actually realized that about my boss. He was a medical doctor. Apart from that, he still keep this place going and a lot of us have benefited from it. You have IT students, 4-month IT that do come around. Now he has already imparted a lot in them.
I would like to use this opportunity to talk about my boss, the way he does things. I really like it, and he has been so nice and so good to everyone in the company. We are all appreciating and enjoying working with him.
What inspires me to join the company is being the fact that I studied food science and technology, so I came here to gather more experience, and maybe later in the future, I might have my own food industry. So I came here to learn how various things have been produced, as you can see. Some of our various products, Acha Fracha, Green NutriPap, so we have different of them. So that's what keeps me inspiring.
I want to also thank NYSC for, there's a scheme that my wife benefited from, Graduate Entrepreneurship Fund. And in that, what they do is that they will, if you have a business idea as a core member, they will support you with a loan, which you will pay back after 3 to 5 years. My wife, which they need to keep their certificate, the NY certificate, as a collateral for that. My wife was one of that, and we were able to access 2 million naira.
When we now got it actually helped us. And the way they made it, the way we were able to pay back, it was installmentally. That's on a monthly basis.
This helped our business greatly. And through it, we have finished paying, we've collected her certificate, and that opportunity has helped us to even access more things through the Bank of Industry. and otherwise. So one of the things I also want to praise is their move towards entrepreneurship and skill acquisition and training through especially the SAED program. Through that SAED, they help them, they train them, and they actually help them to get this fund. So I want to appreciate that particular scheme, and I want to appreciate the federal government for insisting on this to continue.
Nigeria sauce, Nigeria we serve.
It is interesting to see a medical doctor delve into agriculture while still practicing and saving lives. Dr. Thank God's goal is to bring packaged organic indigenous crops into every Nigerian home. Opportunities are limitless if you apply yourself during your service year. Don't make excuses. Don't procrastinate. Just keep going. We will be right back. On the news today, the serenity of Garaku, a quiet town in Kokoma local government area of Nasarawa State, was upturned by the creme de la creme from different walks of life that thronged the agrarian community to pay last respects to the departed grassroots mobilizer, youth mentor, and bridge builder, the immediate past NYSC Director of Finance and Accounts, late Chief Dauda Daniel Dauda, who died on Thursday, August 26, 2021, at the age of 61. Call member donates e-library to NYSC. Call member Ahmad Abubakar has donated a digital library to the National Youth Service Corps as his personal community service project. Speaking during the commissioning of the project at the NYSC National Directorate Headquarters, Abuja, Abubakar said that the manual system of library operations is getting obsolete globally, hence the need for a digitized method of storing information. He said he was inspired to initiate the e-library project in order to help expand the NYSC library and enhance its resources to core members, NYSC staff members, and other stakeholders. Thank you for investing your time with us on today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. We love to hear from you. Please write to us on the online handles displayed on your screens right now, and we would write back. Remember, the safety of core members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Nkem Agonwa. Stay safe.